He lived beneath a bridge, surrounded by bones. To passing motorists and commuters along the busy Lagos-Apapa Expressway, he looked like just another madman, begging for food, muttering to himself, eyes wild with something no one could name. But what Clifford Orji kept hidden beneath the Toyota bus stop flyover would soon shock an entire nation. When police finally peered into his makeshift shelter in February 1999, they didn't just find a homeless man. They found body parts, skulls, severed limbs, internal organs, and the tools of death. Nigeria had just stumbled upon its most notorious suspected cannibal and ritual killer. Clifford Orji was a drifter in Lagos, a city teeming with noise, movement, and anonymity. He had no fixed address. He lived beneath a highway, in one of the city's busiest areas, surviving on handouts and small change. To the public, he seemed mentally unstable, eccentric at best, dangerous at worst. He spoke to himself, sometimes lashed out at people, but was mostly ignored. But underneath that bridge, hidden from the gaze of daily commuters, Clifford Orji had created a terrifying world of his own. Over time, traders and locals began whispering about strange smells and missing people, mostly women and children. Rumors spread, but no one imagined the horror that would eventually surface. In early 1999, police responded to public complaints and decided to search under the Toyota bus stop bridge. What they uncovered was a gruesome crime scene that defied imagination. Among the items recovered were human skulls, some charred, others fresh. Dismembered limbs, wrapped in polythene bags. Internal organs and intestines, some stored in containers. Clothing remnants believed to belong to his victims. A mobile phone and diary, unusual for a man believed to be homeless. Orji reportedly confessed to killing and eating human beings. He told investigators that he lured his victims, mostly vulnerable women and children, with food or offers of shelter. Once isolated, he killed them and consumed parts of their bodies. He also claimed to sell human organs to big men in Lagos, politicians, businessmen, and ritualists seeking power or wealth. The nation was horrified. Headlines declared him Nigeria's cannibal killer. Talk shows, newspapers, and radio stations exploded with speculation. Was Clifford Orji mentally ill, or was he part of a larger ritual network? Was he a lone predator or a supplier in a well-oiled system of ritual murder? Despite public hysteria, hard evidence was limited. He was never tied to a specific number of victims. He offered no precise names. But the body parts and bloodstains beneath the bridge left little doubt. Someone had died there. Probably many. After his arrest, Clifford Orji was transferred to Kirikiri Maximum Security Prison, where his case took an unexpected turn. Medical evaluations declared him psychotic and unfit to stand trial. Diagnosed with severe mental illness, likely schizophrenia, he was placed in indefinite custody, without treatment or conviction. And so began 13 years of silence. Orji remained in prison, a forgotten figure lost in the cracks of Nigeria's judicial and psychiatric systems. There was no trial, no therapy, and no justice for the families of those who had gone missing. Human rights activists, journalists, and legal advocates routinely raised alarms about his situation, but nothing changed. His case became a symbol of bureaucratic paralysis and a national failure to deal with mental illness and violent crime. He was neither convicted nor exonerated. He just existed. On August 17, 2012, Clifford Orji died in prison. According to officials, he had been seriously ill for months, but had received only basic, inadequate medical care. He died quietly, like many prisoners in overcrowded, underfunded Nigerian facilities. There was no funeral, no media frenzy, and no family to claim his remains. He took the truth with him. To this day, no one knows how many people Clifford Orji killed. No one knows whether his stories of supplying body parts to elites were real or a symptom of delusion. His case was never closed because it was never opened. Clifford Orji's story continues to haunt Nigeria, not only for its brutality but for what it revealed about the country's fear of ritual killings, its invisible mental health crisis, and its dysfunctional justice system. His arrest raised uncomfortable questions. How many lives were lost beneath that bridge? Were high-profile figures really involved, or was he just imagining it? Why did the system leave him to rot for over a decade, untreated and untried? Even today, Clifford Orji remains an urban legend, a figure whispered about in markets, featured in horror retellings, and used to scare children into obedience. But for the families whose loved ones vanished in Lagos during those years, the story isn't about myth. It's about loss, about injustice, About unanswered prayers. Clifford Orji wasn't just a man under a bridge, he became a symbol of terror, of madness, of a society unwilling or unable to confront its deepest fears. Whether a delusional cannibal or a tool of a darker network, he exposed a truth no one wanted to face. In a city as loud and crowded as Lagos, it's still possible to disappear and be eaten by silence. Do you believe Clifford Orji was a lone madman, or part of a deeper, hidden network of ritual killings in Nigeria? Let us know what you think in the comments.